Hey guys, today I'm going to show a tutorial on how to make a hemp necklace or bracelet with beads in it using a square knot. And for this tutorial you are going to need some hemp. I use medium size for necklaces. You're going to need some beads. I like the wooden beads because they're the natural color. And I have hollowed out the holes a little bit thicker or a little bit wider. You can use an X-Acto knife for this because you're going to need them wide enough to stick 2 pieces of cord through them, and hopefully not have it be really hard to do. So, and for the hemp, what you want to do to measure it is you need to get one piece that is, when it's folded in half, it goes around your neck and it has about 4 extra inches after it goes around your neck. So this goes around my neck and it has some extra give. It's better to have too much than too little. Hemp is fairly cheap, so I usually make this piece about 4 feet, 3.5 to 4 feet, just to be safe. Now your longer piece, folded in half, is going to need to be about 6 feet, so I make it 12 feet and then I fold it in half. The first thing you're going to do is take your 2 pieces that are folded in half, and you got them right there, and you're going to take them and you're going to tie a knot. Oh. Just like that. You want the loop to actually have some sort of a loop at the end. You can either, if you have a board with a nail, you can wrap the loop around to work on it. I only have tape right now, so, but yeah, and the loop is also used to close the necklace or a bracelet or whatever you decide to make. So, I'm going to take a piece of tape, and I like to kind of break the loop apart like this so that there's more area holding on to it. And I just try not to pull too tight to start. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 shorter strings and put them in the center. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. Pull this back a little bit. Okay. These are the longer strings on the outside, and those are the shorter strings right there. Okay, so I'm going to push it back up. Okay, so you have to have a pattern for your beads. Well, you don't have to, but I do. And my pattern is going to, it's going to go like this around my neck. So I want to obviously start with a lighter bead, then darker, then medium, dark, and light. Okay. The first thing you're going to do is start with the basic knots. And to do this, you're going to take your right string and put it over the 2 center ones. The center ones are the strings you're going to work around. Again, these are the shorter strings, as you can see, because the tails are right there. Then you're going to take your other string here, and you're going to wrap it over the top of this string and then through. See, so it's over the string you just pulled from the other side, like a 4, and then behind the other 2, and you just pull it through, and then you just pull it on through. And you want to make sure you get this like fairly tight up there. Then the next time you're going to start on this side. You're going to pull the string that's on the left over the 2 center strings. You're going to put this string over that one just like this. And then you're going to pull it behind. And you're going to pull it through. I got caught on something. Got caught on my chair. And then you're going to do the left side again. Just same thing. Leave it over and then pull it through. And you're going to keep going until you get your necklace to where you want it to be to add your first bead. Now, how I like to determine where to add my first bead is by measuring my neck. If you don't have a soft ruler to measure your neck with, you can just you can take a piece of string or a piece of hemp, wrap it around your neck, and pinch it off, and then measure it with a flat ruler or your cutting board if you have a cutting board. And basically, I'm going to do 5 beads, and I only want about a ½ an inch between them, or about a 3/4 of an inch. And each bead takes up about a ½ an inch. And there's 5 of them. So it's going to be about 5 inches of bead work. And let's say your neck is 14 inches. I don't know really what like the standard neck size is, but that's how you would measure it. You would take your 14, subtract your beadwork. So let's say the beadwork is 6, so you would subtract 6 inches. That would leave you with 8. So you would do 4 inches of hemp, then you would add your first bead, and then you would add your other beads, and then you would do another 4 inches of hemp on the end. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to add a bead now, just because I'm not going to add it in any specific order for the tutorial, because I just want to show you how to do it. So you're going to take your 2 center strings, and you're going to stick them through the bead, just like that. If the bead hole isn't big enough, you can make it bigger with a knife, with your X-Acto knife. And you just pull it up like that. Now the last stitch that I did was with the left side pulled over. And I can see that because I can see it kind of up here. Let me show you what I mean. I can see it up here that I pulled it over from the left. So what you're going to do is your next one is going to be pulled over from the right. So you just push your bead up there. It's okay if it falls. You put your string over on the left, and you just do the same thing. Put your, or excuse me, on the right you put the string over, and then you have the string comes down on the left, tuck it behind. It's basically just like you're tying the beginning of a shoelace, or like a regular knot, except you switch sides, and you just basically do the same thing you did before, and that knot will hold the bead in place. And then you just keep going. You do however much space you want to have before you add your next bead. And that's about it. After you finish the necklace or bracelet or whatever you're doing, it's going to look like this. Yes. And I did undo this bead and do them in order. I was just kind of showing you for the tutorial. It's a choker, obviously. But like I said, you can make it whatever size you want. Like, I have a pretty fat neck. This one isn't for me. I need it about 2 inches longer. But for a normal person, like, this is about right. And I believe this is 14. That's what I thought. Yeah. This one's about 14 inches. So for a normal not fat person, or even like a kid, like a normal adult could wear 14 inches. But yeah, and then the beads obviously go in the front. But I'm going to show you how to finish it really quick. So here we've got the two. There's a couple different ways to do this. You can either just tie a knot into all of it and just kind of like twist it and then tie a big fat knot, and you can use that knot to close it by pushing it through the hole over here. Or you can do what I do, and I do this just because, like, sometimes you want to wear it looser, sometimes you want to wear it not loose, I guess. I take the two on the left side and I make a knot really close to the last stitch, and I do the same thing, and I do it all different ways, but this is the way I usually do for most of my things, because like if I'm gonna sell them, I don't know what that person is gonna wanna, like how tight they're gonna want it, you know. So also, like, that way it's more generic, you know, for anyone. So then you just do that, and you have a couple options here. I usually just leave the strings like they are. If you have enough extra string, you can just keep going like this and tying them like this to kind of give it that braided look. Takes a little more work. It's a little lumpier, so it makes it thicker when you're trying to tie it. I'll just do it a few times on this one just because I don't want to sit there and undo it. And tie like another knot down here. Wherever you feel like you want to tie it. Doesn't really matter, just somewhere. Try to make them even so that both of these strings are the same length. And then you just cut off the excess, and then whenever they're going to put the necklace on, they can put it on their neck, and they can just push one of the knots through the hole just like that, and then they can tie it.